Welcome to Sam Podcast.
Enjoy listening to English every day.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Season 3 of the Sam Podcast. We'll be talking about business plans this season with me, Mr. Sam. Today's episode is going to be very interesting because we are discussing how to write a business plan for a pharmacy. Pharmacies are essential businesses in every community, but starting one requires careful planning. And to help me discuss and probably argue about this topic, I've invited a special guest today. She's a healthcare business consultant who has helped several small pharmacies start successfully. Please welcome Ms. Sopiatra Sun.
Thank you, Sam. It's great to be here. And yes, I'm ready to debate with you today.
I expected that.
Well, you know I never agree with everything you say.
That's why the audience loves this podcast. A little debate makes things interesting.
Exactly.
All right, Sopiatra, let's begin with the first big question. What is the first step in writing a business plan for a pharmacy?
That's simple. Understanding the regulations and legal requirements.
Really? I thought you were going to say market research.
Nope. Light chuckle. Pharmacies are different from many other businesses. They are heavily regulated.
That's true.
You can't just rent a store, buy medicine, and start selling it.
That would be a disaster.
Exactly. You must follow government laws, healthcare regulations, and professional licensing rules.
So the business plan should include a section explaining legal compliance.
Yes, it should clearly explain that the pharmacy owner has the proper licenses and qualified pharmacists.
That's a very important point.
Because if investors see that the legal requirements are unclear, they might refuse to support the business.
All right, I'll admit that's a strong start.
Of course it is.
But I still believe the executive summary is the first section people should write.
Oh, here we go again.
Hear me out.
Fine. Dramatic sigh.
The executive summary is a short overview of the entire pharmacy business plan.
Yes, but it's usually written last.
True, but it appears first in the document.
That's correct.
It explains the business idea, goals, location, services, and financial expectations.
All right, I'll agree that it's essential.
Thank you.
But we shouldn't spend too long on it because the audience wants to learn the practical steps.
Good point. The next part of the business plan should describe the pharmacy business concept.
Exactly. Not all pharmacies are the same.
Right.
Some pharmacies focus mainly on prescription medications.
Others sell over-the-counter medicine, health products, and wellness items.
And some modern pharmacies offer extra services such as health screenings, vaccinations, or medical testing.
Those services can make a pharmacy stand out.
Yes, especially in competitive markets.
So the business plan must clearly describe what services the pharmacy will provide.
Exactly.
Pause.
What?
I just realized something interesting.
What is it?
A pharmacy business plan is actually more complex than many retail business plans
That's true.
because it involves both business strategy and healthcare responsibility,
Yes, pharmacists are healthcare professionals.
which means the business must focus on patient safety and trust.
Exactly.
Now let's talk about something you always emphasize, market research.
Of course.
Why is market research important for a pharmacy?
Because the pharmacy must understand the local community's healthcare needs.
For example,
If the pharmacy is located near a hospital, there may be high demand for prescription medicine.
that makes sense.
If the pharmacy is near a residential area with many elderly people,
Then demand for chronic disease medication might be high.
exactly.
And if the pharmacy is near a university?
Then you might see more demand for general health products and quick services.
Interesting.
So, the business plan should analyze population demographics,
Age groups,
income levels.
healthcare needs.
Exactly.
Another important part of market research is competition analysis.
Yes, you must study other pharmacies nearby,
How many exist?
what services they offer,
What prices they charge?
and what customers say about them.
Customer reviews can be very helpful.
Definitely.
Next comes location planning.
Oh yes, location can determine success or failure.
Where should a pharmacy ideally be located?
Near hospitals or clinics,
Busy residential areas.
shopping centers.
Anywhere with high foot traffic and healthcare demand.
Exactly.
But there's also another factor,
What's that?
accessibility.
Ah, yes.
The pharmacy should be easy to reach for elderly or sick customers.
Parking availability is also important.
And public transportation access.
All of these factors should be explained in the business plan.
Now let's move on to products and services.
This is where the pharmacy lists everything it plans to sell.
Prescription medications,
Over-the-counter drugs,
vitamins and supplements,
first aid supplies,
personal care products,
baby products.
medical equipment like blood pressure monitors.
Exactly.
And modern pharmacies often provide additional healthcare services.
Yes, such as health screenings.
vaccinations.
medication counseling.
These services can increase revenue and customer loyalty.
Plus, they improve community health.
All right, Sopiatra, here comes the scary section.
Let me guess, the financial plan?
Exactly.
Most new entrepreneurs get nervous when they see numbers.
But numbers are necessary.
Absolutely.
The business plan must estimate startup costs.
Which include A, store rent, B, renovation and equipment, C, pharmacy counters and storage, D, refrigeration for certain medicines, F, computer systems, and G, initial medicine inventory.
Medicine inventory alone can be very expensive.
Yes, especially prescription drugs.
Then we estimate monthly expenses,
Employee salaries,
utilities,
insurance,
supplier payments.
and marketing costs.
Finally, the business plan estimates revenue,
Projected prescription sales,
over-the-counter product sales.
healthcare service income,
This helps calculate the break-even point.
which tells investors when the business may become profitable.
Now, Sopiatra, let's talk about something we always argue about: marketing.
I already know what you're going to say.
Customer trust is more important than advertising.
Exactly.
And you think marketing is essential.
Because it is.
All right, explain your argument.
A pharmacy must build trust, but customers need to discover the pharmacy first.
That's true.
Marketing strategies might include A, local health campaigns, B, community events, C, partnerships with doctors, and D, social media updates.
Community health seminars could be interesting.
Yes, they help build reputation and attract customers.
That actually sounds like a great strategy.
See, I'm always right.
Next is the operations plan.
This explains how the pharmacy runs every day.
Opening hours,
Staff responsibilities,
inventory management,
prescription handling procedures.
and safety protocols.
Very important.
Another important section is risk management.
Yes,
What risks might a pharmacy face?
supply shortages,
Regulatory changes
competition from large pharmacy chains.
or economic downturns?
The business plan should explain how to manage these risks.
All right, Sopiatra, let's summarize the key sections of a pharmacy business plan.
Sure.
Executive summary,
Business concept,
legal requirements and licensing,
market research,
location strategy,
products and services,
financial planning,
marketing strategy,
operations plan.
and risk management.
That's quite a list.
Yes, but a strong plan increases the chance of success.
Absolutely.
And Sam, I must admit something.
What?
This argument was actually very productive.
I agree.
Maybe we should argue more often.
Well, everyone, thank you for listening.
We hope this discussion helps you understand how to write a business plan for a pharmacy.
Careful planning today can build a healthier business tomorrow.
See you next time on the SAM Podcast. Goodbye, everyone.